guys? Today is part 2 of my SEO series on how to rank your Google. Oh my god. What's up guys? Today is part 2 of my SEO series on how to rank your website on the first page of Google. So last time we talked about your keywords list and your homepage. And today we're going to talk about site navigation, images, and blogging, and everything that's going to need to go into every single one of your blogs. So if you haven't watched part 1 yet, you need to watch part 1 because it discusses everything you need in your homepage. And then also in the description, I have a link to my website where you can download an SEO checklist to help you rank on the first page. I also want to discuss today, right quick, before we get into the video, that if you're in a smaller town of say 100,000 people or less, even if your market is saturated, you can still use my method and rank within like 3 to 6 months. Now, if you're in a larger town, or if you're in a town like Charleston, South Carolina, where everybody wants to get married, then it's going to be a lot longer before you can actually rank. Make sure and click the bell to get notifications of my channel, and also please subscribe if you like my content. What's up guys? So first thing we're going to talk about is your site navigation. Now you're going to want to have more than one page on your site. You're going to want to have at least 3 or 4 pages in addition to your home page. Google likes it when you have more than one. But the thing I want to talk about is the ease in which people can go through your site. So I have my site pulled up, and it's very clear that this is the about me. It's going to be about me. This is how you're going to contact me. This is how much you're going to have to pay. And down below, I have links to each different thing that I'm going to be charging you for. So if you want a portrait, then you're going to click there, and you're going to see my portrait guide, all that kind of stuff, and then my collections are going to be listed. So what Google wouldn't want is if you had to click on, say, the contact page to get to the portfolio, or you had to click on the investment page to get to the portfolio. So Google wants you to make it very easy for people to find what they are looking for. So that's why I have sub pages on my site as well as my regular pages here. Oh, okay. So let's get out of here. And then, so that's really easy. Make sure you have at least 3 other pages besides the home page, and that you have an easy way for people to navigate through your site. Then the second thing we're going to talk about is images. So let me go to my website and tagging them. Depending on the website hoster you have, like I have Wix, you might have Squarespace or something like that. There's different ways that this is done. But you always want to make sure and put in the description, you want to put a title and a description in any of the images that you have. And what I found with Wix is that the title does not pick up keywords as much as this description picks up keywords. So that's where I put stuff like, so when I said earlier on the last video that some of my images were coming up, I'll show you. Let's just go to the actual image tab. So like this right here, first image, it's mine. Wedding photographer, Lake Wylie. This is coming from a different page. So Charlotte Wedding Photography, Summit and Russell, Lake Wylie. So it's really important to tag your photos, short tail tags and long tail tags. Let me show you a description of what I mean by that. So the way Wix does things is when it's in a gallery like this, there's only certain things that you can do. Let me go to a standalone image. Okay, So like this image right here is a standalone image. What's in the image? I just put Charlotte Wedding Photography or photographers. You don't want to put things like this on every single one of your images because then it's like keyword stuffing, but you want to on important ones, the ones you want Google to pick up. You want Google to see these beautiful images. You want people to click on the images and say, yes, that's the photographer that I want. That's the ones you want to do it on. So let's go over to the blog part. So I can show you an example of a long tail tag. Okay, so I have not tagged this blog entry yet, so this is perfect. Well, I've tagged some stuff, but I haven't tagged the images. So this is one of my favorite images from their wedding. I love it because it forms this heart right here, and I have the beautiful light coming from behind. So this is such a warm, beautiful fall image. I just love it. So I definitely want this one to show on the first page somewhere. So let's do Charlotte, North Carolina wedding photographers. And that is an example of a long tail tag. This is a pretty fall wedding decor. So that's what we're going to put in this one. Wedding arbor. This is so people can find me through inspiration. So like this one right here. I might put, so this one I'll put Charlotte. Oh, what did I just do? I don't know what I hit. I thought I was typing. Okay, so this one we're going to put if I could spell today, guys, I'm sorry. Charlotte wedding venues. So when people are searching for wedding venues in Charlotte, well, they're going to find this and they might decide, oh, I love that photographer. That one's, that's wedding inspiration, fall wedding inspiration, wedding cake. Okay, this one I would put, instead of putting the photographer, Rock Hill, South Carolina, wedding cake. Okay. And so this is not an example of a long tail tag because it's not all together. It's short, it's the words, but it's not a long tag. And I do a combination of them because Google picks them up, picks up one place and something else somewhere else. So that's why I do that. This is just more decor. I could put engagement ring on that one. This one I want to put Rock Hill wedding venue. So I put, the surrounding towns because a lot of times when people are talking about Rock Hill and Charlotte, sometimes they interchange them even though Charlotte's like way bigger. But people say, where are you from? And people in Rock Hill say Charlotte, not Rock Hill. Don't ask me why. So now I'm going to get down to, I love this image. I'm going to keep this one. We're going to do Lake Wylie wedding photographers. Oh, I put photographers with an S because when people are typing in Google, a lot of times they will start typing like Lake Wylie wedding and then photographers comes up, not photographer. So that's why I do that. Okay, so now we're going to go down to the bottom to more of the couples pictures, and we're going to tag another one of my favorites. So put another town in here. If I could type today, guys. Okay. Okay. Put right here. I love this one. I'm gonna put wedding photographers in South Carolina and spell it all out. The reason I do this is because when you hit the speak button on your phone to look something up, if you said wedding photographer South Carolina, it will come up that way. And it will come up with South Carolina all written out, not SC. So that's one of the reasons why I think it's important to make sure you do, when you're talking about your state, your city and state, you spell it out in a lot of places. So this one we're going to put wedding photographer in North Carolina. And then this one we will put celebrity wedding photographer. They are not celebrities, but I am a celebrity wedding photographer, so we're going to put that in there. When people look for that, we will come up, okay? Okay, none of these, yep, that's good. All right, so now that we're done talking about images and we are on the blog, we're going to talk all about what is necessary for your blog. So I've tagged it. I've tagged some of the images. I don't want to tag all of them. When I do a blog, I try to do at least 30 images. I try to pick 30 to 50 images from the wedding or engagement shoot or whatever it is. If it's like something like a family shoot, I might put 10 images on my blog. Half the time, I don't update my blog though, and I should update it more. But I always make sure. Now, okay, so basically with a blog, you really should be writing 300 to 500 words. Google likes it when you have at least 300, but no more than 500 because you lose the attention of people. For weddings and things, I do not type 300 words. If it's a couple I've gotten to know really well in the months before their wedding, then sometimes I can come up with 300 words, but if it's not and I can't, I don't force it. So this is as short as it gets. And you always want to make sure that in the first sentence that you put where the wedding was shot at. So Tiffany and Brandon had the most beautiful fall wedding at the Beatty Barn located in Rock Hill, South Carolina. You do that because, like we said in the last video, Google picks up words. And then I put, just a little bit of, misspellings here. I just put a little bit of about the day, and then that's it. Let the images speak for themselves. It's important if you were writing like a how-to or something to divide your blog up, to have headings, stuff like that. Google can see that. Let's see. And over here. So what you're going to want to do is this is where you're going to come up with another keyword list. So like your site, let's say we were talking about my friend Becca, the newborn photographer in Monticello, Kentucky. This all she is a newborn photographer. Then she could type in newborn photographer, Monticello, Kentucky. Newborn photographer, neighboring town. Newborn photographer, neighboring town. Baby photographer, infant photographer, infant photography. Newborn, if she had a new prop that she made. Newborn photography prop DIY. Just, you can come up with so many different words. On my wedding blogs, I do put stuff like if it was a barn wedding, so I'll put, I don't know if I have it on here, but I'll go ahead and do it again. Barn venue, North Carolina. Barn venue. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. Barn venue. Put where it is, what other people could be searching for. The cake was really pretty, so wedding cake, South Carolina. And the reason I can interchange South Carolina and North Carolina, so let me clear this up. Rock Hill is 15 minutes away from Charlotte, North Carolina. So we interchange South Carolina and North Carolina a lot in Rock Hill, South Carolina, and all of those towns that are bordering the North Carolina edge. So we're really photographers for both states very easily. But I go so far as to put wedding. Now I wouldn't put wedding venue Asheville, North Carolina, because this is obviously further from Asheville. But I would put wedding photographer Asheville, North Carolina, because I will travel to Asheville. So, wedding cake. Did we do that one already? South Carolina? It'll tell us. Yes, we did. Okay. Wedding dress. South Carolina. And once again, we're going to put those long words in there. So, South Carolina wedding dresses, something like that. So as you see, you want to put as many words in there that you can that do pertain to the blog that people can find you by. Now with Wix, I can put related posts. I don't know what type of system you have, but most of them have this as well. I can put up to 6 related posts. So they'll see that when they read that blog, related posts below it on mine. The title, we're going to cancel that because we already have it. The title of mine, okay, Tiffany and Brandon's Beatty Barn Wedding. I could go ahead and put Rock Hill, South Carolina. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. And wedding photography. Something that people are going to, when people search it, it will come up in the search results. With Wix, I can go to the advanced section and even change things up a little bit more. Put a meta description, an excerpt. I can make it the title on mobile. So yeah, I changed the title on mobile to make it that right there so that people can see that. You can make it shorter on, so like where I made this longer, it didn't show up like that for the mobile because I had already chosen, well, I had already chosen a mobile title to make it to where people don't, so it'll show up, the whole thing can show up, you know, on the line of text. So we're going to hit done. And I'm going to update this post since I went ahead and did the meta tagging and stuff. Okay, awesome. Now, like I said on last video, I said it was important to have your blog featured on your homepage. Actually, and I'll show you why. I did not put this one as a featured post. So I'm going to check this. We're going to put it as featured. I never put it in a category either. So featured weddings, okay? Apply. And we're done with that. Now we're going to go to my homepage. Now where I have featured it, it shows up. So all these words that we put in here that are on this blog, now, did I just move that? Okay, so all these words are now on my front page of my site. Guys, let me show you where to download. So here's that page that I made for the download, and you can download when you just click this right here. You're in the description box. It has a link to this page on my site, and you can download your free checklist so that everything that we're going through, you can just check off that you're doing it. So anyway, make sure and look out for the next video, and we're going to talk about your Google Business, Google Plus pages, because they are so important, not just to boost your page, but also to get Google to crawl your site. So we'll be talking in depth about that. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe and don't forget to like this video.